Well, good morning. I'm Tracy Kane. Gosh, did that party look so much fun? Do you desire that Margaritaville lifestyle? You know, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, boy, do we have products for you this morning. It's an hour dedicated to Margaritaville, from the great cast iron grill pans to that amazing concoction maker, and then some great trail mix as well, or snack mix, as well as some barbecue sauces and some salad dressing. So definitely stay with us. Here we go. I want to start by introducing Kelly O'Neill. Just learned that you've been trained at the Culinary Institute of America.
Yes, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm from the Northeast, so
there we go.
Yeah, we're like,
Oh, well, thank you very much. But if you're from the Northeast or any other part of the country where it's super cold, then you're going to miss the taste of the beautiful grilled flavors that we love in the summertime.
Yes.
And that's one of the many reasons why you need to get this pan home. But let's let the performance speak for itself. Okay. And first, I'd love for him to lead in. Do you hear that sizzle?
And that smell. I mean, I'm not even usually a steak eater, but it's the smell.
Right? It is the smell. So much of flavor comes from smell. You're absolutely correct. And look at how beautiful these steaks are. Look at how juicy and glistening. And did you see, I had 3 of those steaks fitting comfortably in that pan. And look how evenly and gorgeous every single bite is. I mean, these are the types of results you would typically get if you were grilling at home outside. Well, now, thanks to fantastic technology combined with using great old-fashioned cast iron, you too can get these fantastic results without any of the hassle.
Right, so what Kelly is talking about here is that we have the enameled cast iron grill pan today. Look at these beautiful colors. You have this beautiful, I don't know what to call this blue, because it's too pretty to be blue, right? It's like that sky blue with a beautiful ombre, or you have the choice of the red with a very special price break of $29.95, and you have free shipping and handling on this, as well as free flex pay. So this is something that you can get home and try it for under $10.
Isn't that fantastic? So what's great about this pan, okay, so of course we love the fact that it can give you those fantastic grill marks, but it's also great because since it has that enamel coating on the outside, it enables you to be able to cook in it in a way that you would traditionally have to reserve for your other pans. Normally in cast iron, all of these beautiful little bits of shallot would stick. Right. Instead, I'm able to control the temperature and even do a nice red wine reduction to go with our beautiful pan. Isn't that great?
Wow.
So now you can do complete meals all in one pan. And Tracy, as you were saying, since it's so beautiful, well, this is reducing. Let's go over here. This is a beautiful presentation for your meals. Of course, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and serve this up and individually plate it.
Right.
But what if, you know, you were like, you know what, I kind of just want to change. What if you just wanted to go ahead and serve it on the table directly this way?
Well, because it's such a pretty presentation. It's such a pretty pan. Why not?
Why not? Since it's got that gorgeous enamel on the outside, those vibrant colors, which actually are ombre, but then it's got that performance on the inside. So things like your chicken breasts that typically get really easily dried out, that typically, you know, stick to the pans, you're not going to have the same issues. Now let's talk about something. Let me give you a chefy tip, okay? Okay. When it comes to making sure your food does not stick in this pan, here's what I would love for you to do. I would love for you to go ahead and brush your pan lightly with a little bit of oil, or maybe spray it with one of your favorite little spritzes. And I know we were talking about this before. Don't worry, you're not really adding those calories in, because since it's a grill pan, all that's doing is it's keeping the pan really moist, really fresh. It's keeping the food from sticking and drying out. And your food is never sitting in any of the oil or fat. Do you see that?
Yeah, because it's elevated up, right? And it's going into those little nooks, those little grooves in there.
And since you've got that phenomenal control of the heat, you're actually able to make sure that your foods absorb less fat. What's that, she says? That's right. Studies now say, we now know that just from being able to accurately control the temperature, you can actually reduce the amount of fat, the amount of oils that your foods typically absorb. And what else I'd love for you to see is while we've got that red wine sauce just going ahead and reducing down, notice how even the heat conductivity has got the beautiful bubbling that's occurring from edge to edge. And we're just cooking right now in one of those simple little gas burner cookers. So if you want to take this with you camping or maybe tailgating, this is the way to go. And especially since this pan is great for your your glass top, your
all
gas
cooking
burners.
surfaces, right?
You can even use this on your actual, if you wanted to, I mean, on your actual grill if you wanted to.
Wow,
Because sometimes
okay.
people like being able to add that extra juiciness and flavor because of the texture of the pan, you're not breaking that moisture barrier of the food. And we'll talk more about that later.
Right, so now let's talk about the construction of this pan too,
Yes.
because you do have these great spouts,
Yes.
right? So if you are making a sauce in this, you can easily pour this out, right? Which is rare that you see in a cast iron skillet.
It's super rare. And the fact that it's on both sides of the pan, I'd also love to point out, because it just makes life so much easier to know that you can pour from either side, right or left-handed, or whatever your arrangement might be. And the fact that you can hang this pan too, and the handles on this pan are actually molded. But I would love to show you.
You know, Kelly, blue is the most limited that we have here. So if you are looking, you know, maybe you want that blue accent in your kitchen, then you just want to pick that up quickly, because this is an item that it's sold out for us in the past. We were lucky to get these in again. So it's a great item to have. You know, it's pretty enough that you can display it in your kitchen, and then so usable as well. I remember, you know, my grandmother would always cook in a cast iron skillet, and she kept them for years. I mean, I think they were her grandmother's cast iron skillets, right? It's something that is just going to be with you forever.
Well, that's why we love cast iron. It's one of those things where it's so well constructed that you really can pass it on from generation to generation. Now, why does food taste better when we cook in cast iron?
Right.
Well, it has to do with the fact that the pan itself is capable of holding on to more heat. The same way that when you grill outdoors, you have to actually get to a higher temperature before you can get those grill marks. That's what this pan is capable of.
Right.
Now, here's what makes this different from the old school cast iron that a lot of us grew up with.
Is this syrup you're pouring right into the cast iron?
Yes, I'm pouring syrup in to make this point. These pans are coated in enamel. That means that the more you use these pans, the less you will have to worry or deal with any sort of sticking. The less you will have to worry about scraping it down. And speaking of which, I want to give you really, really great news, something I want you to know about this pan. All right. Here's a chefy tip. With this pan, because of that enamel cast coating, what that means is instead of having to scrub, here's what I would love for you to do. When you're finished cooking, I want you to go ahead and take this pan, put it underneath your hot water when it's still warm, when it's still hot, and go ahead and just take your scrubbing and scrub it off really quick. You don't need to use soap. You don't have to worry about going back and bathing the pan, like worrying about the rust. Like
So they're really easy to take care of.
And you don't have to soak, because we don't want you to soak your cast iron. We want you to get everything off of there when it's nice and hot, because that's what's going to make it the easiest for you, which is what we're all about.
So I can't ever pass up French toast. And you know, I just worked out for an hour, so I think
Please, well, go ahead, let me pass that on over. That plate is for you, my friend.
Oh my goodness.
But how unusual. When have you ever seen French toast cooked in cast iron? Typically you can't, because cast iron has so much heat, it can be difficult to be able to control it. But because of that wonderful balance of beautiful traditional cast iron, coupled with this new technology of the enamel coating on the outside, you're able to do beautiful salmon. Look at that
wonderful
wonderful
such a beautiful crust on the outside.
Yes, beautiful crust on the outside.
And it's still so moist and tender on the inside. You know, and like you said, you can use this on your outdoor grill as well, right? Maybe you want to do a special treat on the holiday or the weekends, right? And cook breakfast for the family outside.
Absolutely.
And enjoy that patio set. And then you can use this all winter long on the inside. You know, the Northeasterners, we don't get to grill that often. So I find that I use my grill pan throughout the entire winter, whether you're making fish or burgers or grilled vegetables. It's one of those items that you just keep using over and over again.
Right, and what's so fantastic about this versus if you're, you know, grilling the other ways, think about it. This way you don't have to buy charcoal. You do not have to buy any sort of gas. Everything instead is just waiting for you right there. All you have to do is add heat will travel. And okay, speaking of add heat will travel, let me get this pan out of the way because I want to show you something really delicious. By the way, these pans can go right into your oven. So let's say you wanted to bake in these pans, you can. Because again, you've got that wonderful heat conductivity of the cast iron. Now, why is that important for baking? That means that if you're putting your beautiful breads in here, you're going to have beautiful crust. It's going to be nice and crispy. That means that your dips, like that spinach dip we have, is still bubbly and golden. It's not too
beautiful
aggressive.
to entertain with.
Isn't that stunning?
You know, and then you're putting out in that beautiful pan, and then it's so easy to clean up afterwards.
So easy to clean up, and I'd love to show you my favorite. I kind of love to joke, this is another breakfast of champions, or dessert, as some people like to say. This is a beautiful summerberry cobbler that we've made. Look at the way that it's bubbling all along the outside. Look at how even and gorgeous that streusel is. Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Oh,
instead of moving the hot pan.
You read my mind. I love Trace. Look how amazing. She's like, oh, ice cream? Yes. Yes, please. Let's go ahead.
I think everyone's learning that my weakness is ice cream.
I'm with you, right? Well, you gotta get your calcium. You gotta get your vitamin D, as I would say.
Absolutely.
And look at this, the way that the fruit is so delicate and so moist. You can see how it's not burned. You can see how everything is beautifully glistening with that juice, because the food is able to be coated in its own moisture.
Would never think to do dessert in a grill pan, right? Or bread. Right?
And now you can. And it's because of this unusual combination, thanks to our friends at Margaritaville, because they want every day for you to be delicious. We want every day to be a fun, special occasion. Even if you're having a great classic like burgers, you know, sometimes you just want a burger off of the grill.
Right.
Sometimes you might just want a hot dog off of the grill.
Absolutely.
But it can be such an absolute hassle. Well, not anymore, thanks to this great grill pan. All you have to do is go ahead, give it a couple minutes to warm, get it to that perfect temperature, and let it do the work for you. Look at all of that grease, all of that fat.
Right, it separates, so that way you don't have to worry about that being on your bun, right? Soaking your bun up.
Right.
And you're more healthy.
Literally on your bun, right? Because you're not eating that bad fat, that bad calories. That's your ice cream. That's your dessert instead right there.
Right,
Tracy.
there you go.
Right? Forget the burger fat. We'd rather get to have our fruit cobbler with a little vanilla berry.
And it is delicious.
It's delicious because it's got all of the proper flavors, because that's what this pan's all about, bringing out this great natural.
So blue, we're seeing, is definitely the most